the charge, that's positive and negative charge. So the next is electroscope. Electroscope is basically an instrument, or it is a device which is used to find the presence of charge in any object as well as the nature of the charge. With the help of this we can detect whether the object is charged or not, and if it is charged, then what kind of charge it contains. We can find out with the help of electroscope. Here you can see that this is the gold leaf electroscope, because there is a gold leaf. This is, and why we have used gold, because it can be made as much thinner as possible, and if it is thinner then it is lighter, and then it will be easier for the gold leaf to diverge or converge when the electron comes into the surface of gold leaf. So here you can see that this is the whole setup of electroscope, and this is the metal disc on which the object is touched, so that the charge get transferred through this conducting rod to the gold foil. And this is the conducting rod. The main purpose of this rod is to transport the charges from here to gold leaf. And then there is the gold leaf, and this is the glass jar. All these setup is actually inside the glass jar. So the gold leaf is here because as I told you, it can be made as much thinner as possible, and if it is thinner then it is lighter, and it will be more useful and more practical to find the charge on any body, because it converge and diverge quite easily. So here you can see that working of gold electroscope, it is there are two things we can do with the help of electroscope. The first one is to detect whether the body is charged or not, and for this charged rod is first of all brought and touched here in this metal disc, and due to which the charge get transferred through this conducting rod to both the plate. And both the plate, initially this is the gold leaf, and initially these leaves are uncharged, so it is like this, because there is no charge is acting, so they are flattened. And as soon as the charge enter into this, since both the charge are positive in nature, so it become positive charge, it also become positive charge. So what happened, a force of repulsion act between these two plates, which diverge the plate. So the more it diverge, the more amount of charge an object carry. In case of negatively charged rod, if it is brought here and it is touched here, then what happened, both the leaf get the same kind of charge again, but this time they are negatively charged, and again a kind of repulsion, force of repulsion start working on these two plates, and due to which they again gets diverged. So with the help of this we can easily find out whether the body is charged or not. If the body is placed over here, and after placing over here the gold leaf gets diverged, that means the object is charged, and if it remain as it is, then that means it is not charged, the body is not charged. Another application of gold is electroscope is to detect the nature of the charge. This is another application to detect the nature of the charge. And to detect the nature of the charge, this is the setup you can see here. First of all, we already make electroscope positively charged. As you can see here, it is already positively charged, and when the object, we don't know the object carry which type of charge. It may be positively charged, it may be negatively charged. When it is brought here in this place and it is touched in a metal disc, then charge get transferred, and if it diverge, if this diverge more, it means it contain positively charged, it is a positive charge object. And if it converge, here you can see it converge, then it means it contains the negative charge. So with the help of this setup, we can easily find out whether the object is positively charged or negatively charged. If it diverge, earlier it is already positively charged, and then the object is placed, and if it diverge more, then that means it contains positive charge, and instead of diverging, if it converge, then it means it contains negative charge. So the object is negatively charged in that condition. So the next is method of charging. Yes, this is also very important thing, method of charging. How many ways are there with the help of which we can charge any object? So there are three methods, and the first method is charging by conduction or by physical contact. So this is first method, in which the charged body is made to contact with the other body, and the other body gets charged. So this is charging by conduction, and there is a physical contact between the charged body and uncharged body. Then there is the second method is charging by friction, in which both the bodies are rubbed on each other, and due to which both body gets acquired charge, one gets electron and one lose electron. So the body which get the electron become negatively charged, and the body which lose the charge become positively charged. Then charging by induction. In charging by induction, there is no physical contact between the charged body and uncharged body. So let's see all these phenomena one by one. So this is the charging by conduction method. You can see the charging by conduction or physical contact. In this charged body, this is the uncharged body. Initially this body is uncharged, and a charged body, this is a rod which is negatively charged. When it is made to touch the uncharged body, then what happens is that the charge of the body get transferred to the uncharged body, and this body become charged also. The charge of this body is the same as the charge of the object. If it is negatively charged, it also gets negatively charged. If it is positive charge, then it also gets positively charged. And so this is very simple charging by conduction or by physical contact. The very important thing is that both the charged body and the uncharged body required to be physically in contact. The next is charging by friction or by rubbing, and you can see here this is a glass rod which is uncharged, and there is a silk which is also uncharged. This is the glass rod, it is uncharged, and there is silk, it is also uncharged. When they are rubbed with each other, then what happens? One of the object gain the electron and another object lose the electron. In this particular case, glass rod lose the electron and become positively charged, and silk acquire the electron and become negatively charged. So this is another method, by rubbing or by friction. It is due to the friction, then electron, when we rub the object with each other, when by friction a kind of energy is produced, heat energy, and due to which electron acquire some energy and they jump out from the one object and enter into the second object. And so that is why both the object become charged with opposite sign. So after this charging by induction, it is a different kind of method in which there is no physical contact between the charged and uncharged body. This is the charged body, this is the uncharged body. You can see here, this is the neutral sphere, and this is the neutral sphere, and this is positive charge. It is brought near to the uncharged body, and it is, as you can see here, it is not touch here. We have to keep it some distance apart. And what happens is, due to this positive charge, electron gets attracted and accumulated in this area, and so this area basically divide of electron and become positively charged. Now in the next step, if we touch this area with our hand, and if we are in contact with the ground, then what happen, these charge will leak out to the ground. As you can see here, electron comes here to fill out these positive charge, and in other words we can say that the positive charge goes to the earth. And what happen is that it contain only now here you can see in diagram number 4, now this sphere contain only negative charge, and now if we remove this positive charge from here, then this charge which is accumulated here, it is spread all over the space of this sphere equally. So this is the charging by induction. And remember this thing, charging by induction. In charging by induction, the sphere is charged which is opposite to the charge of the charged body. If it is positively charged, then it become negative charge. If it is a negative charge, then it become positive charge. So remember this thing, if the charged body is positive, then the uncharged body become negatively charged. If the charged body is negative, then uncharged body become positive charge. So opposite charge is induced in it. Induced word is used here. Induced means without any physical contact charge is producing. So this is charging by